Yo, what's up, Foolish? It's your boy Othree. Welcome back to the Othree Exhibit. This is exhibit number 39. This is for the family, friends, and followers of TeeTee. We talk about growing up in Inglewood, her time in college, motherhood, and more. Now for the story of TeeTee, post up and enjoy. What's up with it though?
Was
This
good.
is technically second draft because the first draft didn't we had technical difficulties, but you want to introduce yourself?
What's good? I'm Taniqua. I'm from Inglewood.
That's right.
You call me T-Lo. So what's up?
Tilo, TeeTee. What they call you, TeeTee?
Yeah. Or when I was in elementary, they'd be like, Chi.
Hey yo, TeeTee.
The kids, they mean.
The story of Tilo, Titi, Taniqua. I'm gonna just refer to you as Titi, all right?
Okay,
Um,
fine.
so for the story of Titi, let's take it back, way back, right? Because I believe that our story begins before we're even born. So my question to you is, if you know this information, how far back can you trace your roots and your lineage?
I'm not that far. I did like this ancestry thing, and it was basically saying like, so my grandma raised me, and she came from Texas, so she's the reason why we came here to California. And when I put in her information, then other people pop up, and you could tell that they came from Texas by way of Louisiana. And then from there, it's like things get lost because my grandma was born in like 1941. So then her mom is like, fresh out of slavery, I think, or segregation or something even. No, yeah, slavery. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dang. See, that's shit crazy. So that's it. Like right there, you get lost in between there because shit, for all we know, we was bred. Like it's not funny, but that's really what it is. For all we
yeah.
know, we was just bred it. So, um,
Well, it makes you realize like how close we are to slavery still.
yeah,
Like we look at it as a long ass time ago, but the fact that your grandma, like your great grandma, was most likely one of the last people to be a slave. That shit is crazy.
literally. So, yep, that's pretty much as far as we're gonna go back on my mom's side, and I don't really know my father at all, so I wouldn't even know what where to start.
Texas though. Let's start off with Texas because it seems like the most probably like the most influential part of your history, correct? Or have you ever been in Louisiana? Or can you even do you even know people in Louisiana? But you know people in Texas, right?
No,
Oh, you don't?
no. My grandma always is like, "Oh, we need to go find the people, my
Oh.
family in Texas, because they probably left this land and this and that." Like, but no, bro. If you talk to anybody that's like black, I feel like all their grandmas and grandparents say shit like that. And we're like, what? Like, where? Like, where do we start? When? How? Like, like how would we relocate this? But I think it's just like things that they remember and they didn't have like any like real substance to like back it or like collect or even keep up with it. So, but my godparents who are not blood related to me are in Louisiana, so that's all I know in Louisiana. And yeah, and I've been there once, but no, I've never really met family outside of California. All my family I know is here in California, and like when I think about it, we're just a small little family, basically.
When people ask me this question, I'm able to say that my parents are from Irapuato, Guanajuato, Mexico, and I'm able to trace it. Got a lot of family there. So, when the time comes, if it's in if it's in the stars and shit, and I have kids, I'm gonna tell them like, look, your family's from this place because they're both. My parents grew up on the same block.
Oh wow.
When your kids grow up and they get a little older, are you gonna straight up tell them, "Oh, straight Inglewood, 100%," or are you gonna be like, "Well, you got a little bit of family in Texas and
I mean,
Louisiana," or
yeah, I'm
no?
doing what we know because it's like I feel like that's the first way you pass down history is through
Mm.
like that's the storytelling that you're gonna tell. And I'm like, it's like what you'll say like Swiss cheese. It's a Swiss cheese type of history, but like this is what I got. Like we can keep adding on to it. So that
Mm.
I think that's what motivates me probably to like really build a foundation during this time and really add on to it since like I don't know much of it and it don't seem like much, which sounds foul to say, I feel, but it's true. Like it doesn't feel like it's much of a history. So that's why I'm so determined to like switch that around and start making like history really add up on each other and like look like something.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid and I had some black friends, and because in my family that was it. Like, yo, you're from here, you're Mexican. Like it was like hammered into our
Yeah,
fucking conscious. Like we just knew about it day one. And then I would have conversation with my black friends, and when you're a little curious kid, you'd be like, "Where's your family from?" Right? Because you think
yeah,
they could trace it back to. I mean, it's gonna sound insensitive, but as a little kid, it's like you could trace it back to Africa, right?
right.
Because you don't know about slavery and all the what is it called, the transatlantic, what was the slave trade, pretty much transatlantic slave trade, and
Yeah,
the history about it.
purchase all that.
And they were like, "No, I'm from down the block." And so that was
Yeah.
it. And so I'd be like, I'll be confused. But then, you grow up and you start learning the history, and you start learning about slavery and segregation, and you're like, okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. And yeah, I think that was always like a big realization that I had early on. Like it happened early on. I was like, oh shit, like, okay, the people are different.
Yeah.
And even when I went to Ohio, I would even ask the white folks, like, oh, can you trace your lineage back to Europe?
And
Or
can
like
they?
like
Could
the fools that I met, some of them can, but a lot of them
they just like us?
went through the website you went through. What's it called? America 23andMe.
No, ancestry.com or something.
Oh yeah, so like for me, I didn't have to do that. I don't have to do that, but
Right.
they had to do that shit, and a lot of people I know have to do that. So I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. That's interesting. I'm just curious as fuck like that when it comes to history and roots
Yeah.
and people's past.
You
And
know seen in what's that movie called? Straight Outta Compton. When he
oh
like
yeah,
he like I'm from Crenshaw Office.
oh, and then that
he like
question
he like
to
no,
our
he's from Africa. Oh no, is it Straight Outta Compton or is
yeah,
it?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh,
Is
what
it
is the
is it
movie?
Strata Comp? No, yeah, when he goes on the school bus, right?
Yeah, that. But then but dang, I think I'm mixing two scenes. That's crazy as hell. I'm mixing two scenes. It might be Hot Boys too when they in the classroom. He like, no, you from Africa.
No, isn't that fucking Boys in the Hood?
Boys in the Hood. Yeah, I think I'm mixing both of those scenes. But either way, you see how they reference it so much because we like the lost people type of thing. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah,
Crazy.
I've always found that.
Ironically, from Los Angeles, like we literally lost.
Yeah, no,
lost.
it is Boys in the Hood because that's where they get into a fight, and then that's where you get sent
Yeah,
off to his fucking dad's
yeah.
house and shit. Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
from Africa. What was that?
I like to ask this question just to start off because, like I said, I believe that our story begins before we're even born, even if we know a little bit. Some people know a lot. I'm not gonna say that I know a lot, but I could trace it back to like my grandparents, stuff like that. I don't know way past after that. But then there's some people like yourself who just know of the ancestry, but haven't really been there and haven't been to the places or have family there. So it was cool, At least you're establishing the foundation and you're aware of it. That's cool. I think that's very dope that your kids are gonna grow up with like, yeah, I'm from Inglewood. There's something about people from LA. We just got pride. We got pride
Literally,
about where we're from.
and nobody can stop us.
But we also got to be careful with that question because out here that question means something else.
Exactly.
Like you can't just straight up ask somebody. Like if you're listening to this podcast right now, this episode, and you're not from here and you're visiting, be careful who you ask. Hey, where you from? Because some people might take that the wrong way. Let's just keep it like that. Let's keep it like that. But you said you grew up in Inglewood. Let's talk about your childhood now. Who was Tilo TeeTee in elementary school?
In elementary school, I was a regular little kid, I feel. I was a regular kid. I went to Benacue Elementary School until like fourth grade. I really like school. School was like an escape for me, I feel. Like I was one of those kids that got up and was ready to get up for school. they didn't have to wake me up. I wasn't the kid that was like, oh, let me keep sleeping. Like I wanted to go to school.
Excited to go learn and shit?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I probably was just excited to be around other
Nah.
kids. I don't know if I was excited to learn.
Like I don't want to be in class, but I want to be in school. Yeah.
Yeah, I was excited to get out the house. What do you think? But yeah, and then I went there since I was till I was in fourth grade, and then in fourth grade we were like homeless for a year. We moved to West LA, and that's when I went to Richland Avenue or Richland Avenue Elementary, and I was like one of four black kids in a school full of like Korean kids. It was crazy, but it was fun. It was a cool experience. And then I came back to Inglewood and I went to Woodward Elementary School. And yeah, I just went there for, I think, my last year. Like my last semester of fourth grade and fifth grade. I graduated from there. And then I went to Warren Lane to the enemies, as they would say, because I was supposed to go to Monroe. And then Morningside, but I didn't do that. I went to Warren Lane instead.
And where'd you go to high school?
And then I went to Animal Inglewood for high school.
Animal Inglewood High School.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is a drastic change.
Yeah, it is a drastic change because you go from a big school to a super. How big was Inglewood? Animal Inglewood
uh, it's like
had to
it's
be
an
like
old
500 or not or
it's
less.
an old hospital, yeah. So like basically each class was like 100 kids, you know. So it's like
Mm.
that's like 400. It's like 9th, 10th, 11th grade, yeah, 12th grade, So it was probably about 120 a class. My graduating class was probably like 98 kids.
Yo, charter schools are always in the weirdest fucking buildings.
It
You
was
said a
an old
hospital?
hospital. Yeah, it was an old hospital. We used to have ghosts and shit.
Everybody has a ghost story. Every charter school that is in an old sweatshop, warehouse,
That's so
hospital, got a
crazy.
ghost story. You got a like abandoned hallway or some shit?
Abandoned hallway. No, we used to like hear kids
Oh,
like
no, it's a wrap. Fuck that.
all the all the science classes was inside the old surgery rooms,
Oh, fuck
and it
that.
was
Hell
located
no.
next to a stairwell that led all the floors, you know, or whatever, connected all the floors. And yeah, like I don't know, you would just hear kids playing in the stairwell. I know I would. I don't know if other people would, but I for sure would. And I know my friends, like I've asked them and they said they would hear the kids playing in the stairwell, like bouncing balls and shit, like playing in the stairwell. And then I
Like
feel like,
non-high school kids? Like little kids?
yeah, like little kids,
Oh,
not
fuck that.
people, like not us that went to school there. No. And then I would feel like when I got my hair straight that like people would pull my hair and shit. Like I would just like always turn around and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, is somebody pulling my hair? Like, I don't know. That one's weird. That one might have just been me. I don't know.
Oh, hell no. Fuck that shit.
But no. And then one of our like chemistry teacher, dang, I cannot think of her name right now. But our chemistry teacher, she would not do what's it called when the teacher like you can come see them? Office hours. She would not do office hours after school because so like I said, it was in the surgery room. So it's like super door, like these doors that are like heaviest, like heavy. So like it's not no thin ass door. Like wind couldn't blow that open. And I guess she would have like office hours after school, and those doors would open.
No, fuck that. Hell
Yeah,
no.
so she stopped having office hours after school because she's like, no, I won't be here after school long.
Fuck that
Yeah,
shit. Hell
and
no.
they still had the place where you put the dead bodies.
The cremator with a cremation room? What is it called?
No,
The morgue.
the morgue. They still had the
Oh,
damn morgue.
fuck that. With the freezers?
Yes, they still had
Oh,
the shit downstairs, and they had the gym down there. So like the athletes would go down there, like have to pass through that shit.
classic charter school shit. Always in some weird ass building. Always some weird ass shit.
Yeah, it was trippy, but it was cool. Like I ain't gonna lie, I liked high school.
My high school, my senior year, my freshman through junior year, it was in a old like sweatshop or like a sewing shop. What the fuck? I forgot what it was in
That's scary.
by USC. But my
Mhm.
senior year, we were in a downtown building. windows that didn't open. Our fucking entrance, I kid you the fuck not, our entrance
Mhm.
was the emergency exit. We would have to go up the emergency exit to go to the third floor. And we had two floors, the third and
Wait,
fourth
what?
floor. The third floor had a vault, like a bank vault, empty. Like they would just keep shit in there. Like a big ass door, like a bank vault door. Like
Yeah,
it was fucking crazy.
heavy.
It was some fucking weird shit. I was like, I can't do it more than one
How did
year.
they let them? How did they let them have kids for
I th-
school?
I think it was like a
Somebody
old building, and it was like an old bank, like back in the day, and it was a school there before us, I believe.
mm,
And
somebody
so
got
like,
approved, but somebody approved this basically.
yeah, they approved it, and it was because it was above the. Well, you know where the Wells Fargo's at in downtown? That big Wells Fargo building.
Not off the top of my head now.
All right, so you know where the Macy's Plaza is at, right?
Nope. I can't picture nothing in downtown right now. It's
Okay,
a
so
U.S. bank.
so it's around there, but it was three. It was third and fourth floor emergency exit. You would have to press a
Oh,
little
y'all was
ass
in
button.
downtown LA?
Our senior year, yeah, because it was right above the blue line. And
Mm-hmm.
so in their eyes, it was because my school was all about like internships and like real world learning. It's like if we're in the blue line, it makes it easier for the students from other parts of the city to come to the school. And then if you have an internship, you could take a public transportation. So I forgot what the reasoning was, but yeah, I'm telling you, charter schools always have a weird ass place. Always weird ass buildings and some weird ass places, warehouses, sweatshops,
With newbie
hospitals.
teachers from Teach from America and stuff. Did your teachers come from Teach from America?
Nah, these were legit teachers.
Oh, we
It
had
was
these
a weird ass
like
school.
teachers from Teach from America.
Oh, so you got some fucking
It
some
was
other.
like Timu teachers. They got them off Timu.
Like it was some fucking whack ass shit. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like a white lady teaching us Spanish.
One of those and shit.
Oh god.
The PE teacher teaching science. Oh damn, what a fucking super throwback. But let's talk about your life outside of school, K through 12. Well, before we do that, who was like in terms of academics in elementary, middle school, and high school? You kind of said a little bit about elementary school. What about in middle school? Academics.
Oh, my academics was great. I always had, well, okay, I can't say that. In middle school, I did have great grades, but I also was like bad. Like, I also would be like fighting outside of class. I don't want to call myself bad, but like, for
Behavior
sure,
wise, you were
yeah, for sure, my teachers would definitely be like, "Oh, she's great in class. I don't know who that is outside on the field." Like, so they would vouch for me. So I never got like kicked out the district or anything, but I would definitely fight often and stuff like that. So, um,
you didn't get put in those like bad kid programs. You know,
um,
back in the day, they would always have a program for everything. I was in a program in middle school.
probably they used
Yeah.
to always put me in like group counseling or like I have to go help the teacher. I have to go
Mm.
be a TA. I have to go do stuff like that. I don't get like free time, stuff like that. That's how they prevented me from getting in trouble, I guess. Or they'll put me in leader positions because they always said that I was like a leader. Um, I can't remember talking that much though and stuff like that, but they will always just like put me in leader positions. They're like, people listen to you and this and that, like, like, so that's just like something that has always followed me. I feel like even outside of school, like my godfather kind of like trained me to be a public speaker and know how to address people. Um, Definitely made it clear that code switching is a skill that I need and I must learn in order to succeed and be a successful adult. And that he taught me through church, basically, because he'll have me doing everything from ushering to welcoming the people to being in the choir and I can't sing and just like doing all these different things just to now that I look back, I'm like to train me in life to do different things. So yeah, I don't know what the question originally was, but yeah.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Hey, shout out to your godfather for that. That's dope. That's dope. What about in high school, grade wise? He was the same.
No, I technically did my high school in 2 years because my first 2 years I got all D's because I thought my mom was gonna pass. So then I just like stopped caring about school and just stopped caring about shit in general, I guess. I think that's just how I get. That's how I react to things. So I just stopped like caring, and I just was getting grades to pass because I was already at this charter school. So I was just like, I might as well just get grades to pass or whatever. Um, I think in 10th grade or 11th grade, it might have been 10th grade, like the end of 10th grade, I met my counselor, who's now my godmom. But yeah, I met my counselor, and she was just telling me that like the same thing as I was just saying right now, like, oh, I see leadership skills in you, like people listen to you. I see that you talk to everybody in different grade levels. I see that you talk to people of different race, ethnicity. Like no matter what, you just talk to a whole bunch of different people, and people tend to seem to respect you and listen to you, type of thing. Not like listen to my commands, but like just like take heed to what I'm saying, type of thing. I guess is a better way to describe it. And she basically introduced me to higher education. And from there, I was like, fuck, I want to go to college, but I don't have grades to go to college. And she was like, you can do it. You just have to like really be committed to it. And I can make you a plan so that you can graduate and go to college. And so basically, she had me going to school all day and then all night to make up for my 2 years that I missed. So then I ended up graduating with honors 3.33.
That's right.
And I know I was like waiting for your reaction. And then yeah, and then I got into college and I went to college.
Before we talk about college, hey, shout out to counselors, shout out to dope counselors around the world who help students. This is what we do. That's the youth work right there. Music wise though, let's talk about your music real quick. Your interests outside of school. What was your progression of music taste from a kid to a teenager?
Oh, the progression of it. That's a great way to put it. So in my household, I was raised by my grandmother, but she already had her own kids, and then she would get my mom's kids, basically. So she would work a lot. And I say that to say I was essentially raised by people who were like about 11 to 14 years old. And so I grew up listening to their music during 1992 and stuff like that. So, which is like Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, Snoop Dogg, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
It's the fucking West Coast in the late night.
Yeah,
In the 90s, early
yeah,
2000s, West Coast.
Tupac, period. Like NWA, all that. So
Inglewood shit, you know what I'm saying?
exactly. Shout out Big Pun.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so it was that gangster rap music too, even from Inglewood. I don't even know the artist, but I know that's stuff my
Like
uncle.
the underground gang members and shit.
Yeah,
They
my
dropping their little tapes. Yeah. You heard about everybody hears about those.
yeah. So then, okay, and then so like around like 7, my family kind of like separated. Like my sister had a baby, so she off like making family. My uncle and my brother, they went to jail, and then it was just kind of like left with just me and my auntie and my mom. So when it became us, it was like I felt like more girly music. That's why I'm describing this. It's like going with my life. So when it basically was like me listening to stuff on my own. So then I was like into R&B. I can remember at elementary like having burning CDs, getting like Nelly,
On LimeWire?
Ashanti.
You used LimeWire or was it Napster at that time?
I don't even know because I didn't have like technology like that. I would just tell my friends to burn it for me.
Oh shit, yeah. That's dope.
So yeah. And
Bangers. What happened to music? No, I'm playing. I'm not hating. It was a joke, all right? Don't burn me. I love music. I'm just playing around. Just nostalgia, hitting at the same time. You're like, damn, Nelly,
remember? Yeah.
Ludacris when it was Nelly. Ti was emerging. 50 Cent was the biggest thing in hip hop. Eminem, obviously, boom. But out here, I don't know what it was, but like I was listening to a lot of like Ludacris, Nelly, a lot of what like I said, Ti was barely, he was just coming around.
Yeah.
But like all the old heads, like Snoop Dogg was a little older at this point. And obviously,
Fabulous, like was popping Lloyd,
yeah, yeah, all the fucking
hey. I'm
yeah,
like,
I
I
remember B2K, yup.
yeah. And then so that's middle school. That go up to middle school, even them artists you talking about. Omarion, Marcus Houston, that's when it was popping that shit. And then we get into Dougie and shit like that. Who the artists with Dougie? You gotta shout them out for sure because they from Inglewood.
Remember
We got
Jerkin?
jerking. So then that's going into high school. And then going into high school also is when I like primarily start hanging out with like my Hispanic friends. And then y'all, or yeah, not like that, but like the
No, you can
homies,
say it. I'm not tripping.
the homies be into they was into like oldies that I never heard before, indie rock music type
Mm.
shit, like Pink Floyd,
The classic rock shit, hippie shit,
yeah. What else they used to listen to that I liked?
You were you around Latinos that were listening to what's that fool's name? There was like a real popular fool. It was like a punk kind of like underground rock.
What
I
was
forgot his name,
tell me the
but
name? You got something or play a song.
like greaser kind of music. Do you hang around a bunch of greasers and
They
shit?
did like music like that too. Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
do you listen to a lot of corridos?
Or Kids Bop, what's his name? Pump Kids Pump. Was it? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, yeah, fucking kick pump.
Kick Pump. I like
So
that.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't know the kind of music, but I know
We
exactly what you're
definitely fucking their name up, but yeah,
talking about.
but yeah.
The first thing I think about was that Lupe Fiasco song, "Kick Kick Push." What was it?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He was popular too, and Kid Cudi. That's when I used to love Kid Cudi.
Yeah, Cuddy was popping. He was like,
Oh yeah.
what was he Kanye West's protege? Something I
Oh, was
forgot what it was. I'm not gonna call him his protege, whatever. But they were, they
he?
were doing their thing. I know Kanye was at the top. Lil Wayne, you get into Lil Wayne?
Yep, for sure love some Lil Wayne.
Do the stanky leg. Remember that shit?
Yes, that's when music started being more about dance. I feel, or
Yeah,
back to more about dance.
that shit was a funny ass era. I was in middle school when that happened.
I feel.
Did you going back to your Latino friends, and I got to do it, but you listen to corridos shit because at this time, corridos now they're getting to the next level. Now it's becoming a little bit more mainstream.
Yeah, no, for sure they listen to shit like that too. I don't
Cumbias?
understand, but yeah.
So you get into like that other dancing, the cumbia shit?
Is it like the ones that's like dun 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 dun?
Something like that, yeah.
Is it
It's
like
kind
that?
of, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
fast.
Like it's yeah, it's a little faster. It's not
Whenever
like they're not talking about like fucking it's not corridos. Corridos is more
that's slow and like the one with when the man be sad and crying.
no, that's romanticas. That's a little
Ah.
that's like la Mexican or Spanish oldies.
Oh, okay, okay. See, that's what
Corridos is more of at that time it was more like influenced by the narco culture, the cartel music and all that.
oh, okay. So it's like gangster shit.
Yeah, in Spanish you could keep it like that. Even when we keep it 100, it was more like that.
Okay.
Cumbias is more like dancing music.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
So then I don't know the difference, but all that.
okay, for sure, that's dope. Good to know.
I
Good
went
to
to
know.
15s. I would go to free
Do you
free
ever
backyard parties, not backyard parties, like but backyard band shows. You know what I'm talking about?
oh yeah. Do you do the ska shit? Would you go to ska shows?
Yes, yes. I wasn't into the shit. My friends was, but I was just down to hang out with them.
Throwing elbows, drinking 40s?
Nah, I'm in the back, keeping the scene.
What about talk to me about your interest in like TV shows and movies, your progression of that from a kid to a teenager.
Mm, I feel like I was never like really into TV. Like
Mhm.
TV was so prominent in my household that I just wasn't into it. It's just background noise. And it still is for me. Sometimes I just put on for background noise. Like to get my interest in TV, it literally got to be like reality TV. Like that gets my interest because I guess I'm just so damn nosy. I'm like, ooh, did you see?
The
Ooh.
latest drama type shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm a baddies girl. Like I like to watch that show. I like the little love shows too sometimes. But no, I like the drama like Love and Hip Hop. All that.
Yeah, I was about to say, you probably loving hip hop and all that shit.
Yeah. And I don't know if I was always into that. Hmm. I don't know.
True.
Because when I was younger, I probably just listened to music more. Because everything isn't as like demanding as things is now. Like, like you'll be on your computer, have the damn TV on, and be still strolling on your phone. It wasn't so much demanding. You literally, I felt like back then chose one or the other. You watch the TV or you listen to music. You know. So I think most of the time I would just be like chilling, listening to music, writing.
Yeah, we didn't have the attention span of a fly.
Yeah, literally. You know.
Like I gotta be on my phone while I watch this Netflix show, answering emails on my computer at the exact
Yeah,
same time. Like, nah,
yeah.
fuck that shit.
Overstimulating the fuck out of myself just to get one thing done.
When YouTube came out, did you get stuck on it or
Oh
not?
yeah, I love YouTube. I used to watch fights on YouTube and shit.
Yeah, I remember I used to fucking love watching stupid shit on YouTube. Back in the day, they used to. I don't know if you remember watching this some hood shit right here. Bum fights.
Oh yeah,
Remember that shit?
yeah.
Yeah, they used to have the DVDs.
When World Star first came out, World
Yeah, I
Star.
remember World Star. They used to back in the day. I don't know if you ever had a felony fights. You ever heard of felony fights?
Wow, that's a new one.
That was some crazy shit, like fucking bare knuckle fools fighting in the middle of nowhere, like like convicts, ex-convicts, or
Yeah.
fools that were felons that would get down for money.
Oh, I low key feel like I know what you're talking about now.
It would be like some fucking
It's
Fear
like,
Factor type of
yeah,
production. They're
yeah.
like in the desert and fools are getting down and shit.
Hell
Never
yeah,
seen that? Yeah.
yeah.
What about what about your fashion? How much does that change from a kid to a teenager?
From a kid to a teenager, from an adult to a teenager to adult.
From a kid, like when you're a kid to high school? Because I mean,
Well,
at some point you just
I
started choosing
feel
your own
like,
fits, right?
huh?
You started choosing your own fits
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like I never really had a fashion. Like even now I'm trying to like find a style just because like I grew up wearing uniform K through 12 and
It's
um,
kind of hard to figure it out, huh? When you're wearing
yeah,
uniform 24/7 and shit.
yeah. And then kind of like when my relatives that would have been like hip into what's like keeping up with fashion at the time, they was all gone. So it was just me and my grandma at some point. Um yeah, like after I was 9, it was kind of just like me and my grandma. And like wanted to be there, but she had like started working and stuff, so it was like different. So basically, just be me and my grandma. My grandma kind of like got depressed, so she'll just send me to the store myself. I literally didn't know what I was doing. I'll just be buying shit,
Yeah,
trying to be cool. But I don't know. Even today, I still feel like not insecure because now I'm just more cautious to be like, all right, let me try the shit on in the store. Let me make sure it's cute, it's comfortable to me. I don't really care about what the rest of the world think, but if I'm comfortable and I'm cute in it, then we good.
that's right. Did you ever wear pro clubs or not?
I feel like I did, but not like that. It's like I'm a bigger girl, so that shit makes me look wide. Like this shirt right now, I look wide.
Yeah, but it says LA. That should go hard.
That's the whole reason why I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put on my shit.
I know, so
Just
people
say
gonna be like, "Why are you asking her if she wears pro clubs?" Like, fool, she grew up in Inglewood. You know, what I'm saying?
they don't even know pro gloves and dickies. What?
She grew up
Yeah, I
in the
wore
hood.
for sure. I wore dickies.
You didn't talk about where you grew up, but can you give people
What you mean? I did.
an idea of the area,
As far as what
like where you grew up in Inglewood?
I grew up.
Not like your exact address or block, but you could just
I
some reference points, some
kind of grew up in the
markers.
bottoms. Like if you know what the bottoms is, that's like what the one way is. You'll know what the aft is. I'm gonna just say it like that. If you know, you know.
I don't know, so it's cool. But if you know, then you know.
If you know, you know.
Damn, I never really went to that side of town. And this is you grew up before. all this shit with the fucking Clippers arena and SoFi.
Exactly. So
It
that's
was
why
different.
it's really like if you know, you know, because they done took half our bottoms out. I think we got a one way still, but shit, it might be a halfway. And yeah, and the abs. I mean, the abs still going. I'm lucky proud of people in the abs that don't look like the white people. I'm sorry, the gentrifiers moved in like that.
The outsiders, let's put it like that. The outsiders,
Yeah,
the non grow up here's.
yeah. So I'm so proud of them for holding their property and holding that shit down.
That's what's up. That's what's
A
up.
lot of people don't know that, like, because like the Avs is so full of black owned homes, that makes us like a black a black middle class neighborhood. Like we're a suburb. We just have a fucking bottoms, and they just mainly make us known for that and the game banging activities that go through that goes on here. But behind that is like people that own their homes, that are black people, that are hardworking people and shit like that. Besides, like, but that's never really highlighted. So
Inglewood has a reputation, but it doesn't represent the whole city, is what you're trying to
yeah,
say, right? Yeah.
exactly.
Remember when that one video came
So
out?
bougie.
When that one video came out on YouTube, it was like one of the most popular ones in the hood. Where you from? Inglewood, and it's that fool walking in front of the
The
Inglewood
Eagle
sign.
sign right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Period.
That's the first time I ever like that was my only knowledge of Inglewood was because of
That video?
that video, and because when you go to the airport, we would pass because we go
Oh
through the
yeah,
street, you know, so we go through Inglewood.
yep. Right off Century. So I could say I grew up right there too, up off the strip of the airport, basically.
So you seen some shit, probably been through some shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that shit is it's a tough life. I know we like to joke around.
Things,
I feel like we got some,
but
we got
when you put in
to make it
perspective, like
funny.
how you just my bad to cut you off, but
No,
when
you
you
good.
put into perspective of how you were saying, like from childhood to now, if you like if you was to ask me that question in that way, I would say that things when I think about it, things progressively got better because when I was younger, there was literally drive-bys, like literally seeing people in front of your shit, like shooting, like you know, like as a kid seeing shit like that and people dying in front of you and shit like that. But literally, like I said, by the time I was 9, like my people was like in jail or like gone. That wasn't just my people. That was like the neighborhood. They did a sweep shit to switch that shit up. And like, I mean, it was effective shit. Nonetheless, like we mad like some of our people gone, but like nonetheless, it was effective. Like there was definitely less shooting and less crime in your face type of thing, especially like for a child. So it did progressively get better and like no, like we're not like hoorah about the ginger fires, but yeah, I guess they did something a little bit, you know, and we still here. Like I'm still here. I'm in Inglewood right now. That's where I'm at.
That's right.
About to raise my kids.
That's right. Let it be known. Let it be known. Inglewood.
All day.
I know it's a little bit down the line of how we met, but I remember when you said Inglewood. I remember when that's the first thing I thought about was that video when you said like, oh yeah, I grew up in Inglewood, and I remember you came into the office the first time. I was like, what's up, Inglewood? You're
Period.
like, what the fuck?
It's because since I went to college, like when people find out I'm from England, usually that become my nickname, you know? Like
Yeah.
especially like if you know something or if you've seen like videos, whatever, like how you know, however you know about the city like that, they'll start calling me that, or they be like, oh, up to no good. Like they like to make that joke. So it's cool. I was used to
If I
it.
didn't know you, I don't think I would have made that joke. You know, if I didn't grow up in South Central, or that wasn't really like my lifestyle, I don't think I would have called
Right.
you Inglewood. Like on my phone, your contact is Inglewood T.
Yeah, yeah.
So so that name, don't call her Inglewood, please. Don't. If you don't know her, don't call her Inglewood. Call her by her name. All right.
That's funny. Cause and then the other thing I was used to it because my baby daddy, his brother cousin called me that too. Like so I'm used to it. When you said it, like it was just like, all right, this is where I'm supposed to be at too. Cause it was something that came from the environment that I was transitioning out of into, you feel me? So it was like, all right, cool. That's some comfort and like, you know, what's it called? Confirmation.
And then plus, I was like, you know what? Like, I need some hood
Yeah.
flavor around me for you know what I'm saying. I was like, let's go Inglewood.
Period.
What were your I know, let's go back to your high school days. Your counselor set you up to go to college. What was your plan after high school? Was it 100% college or did you have like a backup option?
Bro, when I read that, I was like, I never thought about that. And I was like, I had no other option but college. I was like, a plan in my notes, I wrote, what did I write? I was like, there was no plan. The only plan was don't go back home. That was like my only mission and goal. Was like, what I do know is I can't go back home. And what I would tell myself, I'm gonna say it like that because I don't need no family member to be offended if they see this. But what I would tell myself is, you don't even got a home to go back to, my nigga.
Mm.
So just keep pushing forward and get it together, figure this shit out. So
I mean, it worked though because it led you to where'd you go to school?
humble stay.
Humboldt State. Let's talk about Humboldt State now. Freshman year, there's two people that I got to meet that you met, and we met them. I met Chino first. Let's talk about Chino, right? Before we get into your life in Humboldt. My boy Chino, one of my best friends. How did you meet Chino?
I'm pretty sure I met him at a party or something.
Classic. Classic.
I'm
I'm gonna
pretty
send him,
sure.
I'm gonna send him this shit. I'm gonna be like, hey, fool,
Or
is it true?
meeting, or maybe we met in Mecha, actually. Maybe we met in Mecha.
There's
I'm
there's no in between. It's either a party or a mecha, right?
or both. You feel me? It could have been a Mecha party. You feel me?
Shout out to my boy, one of my best friends right there. Capricorn babies, let's get it.
uh,
What about Natalie, mom? How did you meet her?
I for sure met her in Mecha. I know. I remember meeting her. Like, that was a conscious meet. I feel. So yeah, I for sure met her at Mecha. Like the first time I went to a Mecha meeting, and
For
from
sure.
there it was like boom.
When you talk about mecha, but mecha is more for, not gonna say more for, but it was started for Chicanos and Chicanas, and that's their whole what is it, movimiento estudiantil chicano chicana de Aslan,
Yes.
mecha.
Yes.
And you being from Inglewood and not being Chicana, how was that? Did you get a, cause look, I'm gonna be real. Like, some of my peoples, I know how it is. Some fools going there, they're closed minded. They're like, nah, homie, Chicanos 100%. We're not gonna, there's no outsiders. Did you get
Yeah.
any of that, or was it love day one?
Um, if I did get any of that, I ain't notice it. And it might have been because I was just so real about why I was there, which was like in the beginning, on the very first day that I was there, I was like, oh, I literally showed up here because all my homies here, all my homies involved. I don't know shit. Like, like I showed up, but I was like, I'm here with an open mind. You feel me? I'm here to learn this and that. So the more I learned, the more I became passionate about it. So I feel like that's what made it easier to accept me, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Or just like allow me to be involved. And then for the matter of fact that like I'm like I don't know what my other half is, and I very well could be Hispanic or of like Mexican descent. I hope so. So yeah. So like I feel like that's what like kind of made it easier, and it was like yeah, like I like was very open, and then once I found out, like I became very passionate and like empathetic towards it, and wanting to really like be on the battlefield and like frontline and like oh yeah, like ready to go march, all the stuff that we did. And like sacrifice to be like in the name of social justice.
Just straight activism,
Yeah,
just
I was ready to be 100%.
grassroots activism in
Yeah,
college. How big is Humboldt?
it's not that big. It's probably got like 5,000 students, and that's pretty small for a college.
Was there I'm pretty sure Mecha wasn't the only like ethnic. What are those considered? Minority. I don't want to call minority groups because they're a certain kind of club, right? They would.
I feel like that's what they call them.
That's what they would call them, the minority clubs,
Damn, that sounds foul, but yeah,
right? Like that's that
I
just
feel
sounds
like
foul.
that's what they would call them, but I don't know what they would call them.
The social clubs. Let's put it like that. And these
Social clubs.
ethnic or racial related social clubs.
There was other groups like All Black Student Union, something else, Legends or like Legacy. I think that was like this Black women's group or whatever. Um,
Young Republicans.
I'm sure that was out there. I don't know. I don't remember other people's stuff. And then there was kind of like sororities and frats, but
Greek
that was
life?
yeah, they're based on like your ethnic too. Ethnicity too. I feel like Hispanic.
But you hung around more with the Mecha crowd and
Yeah, yeah, I did. I don't know. I just always gravitate towards them more. Honestly, I just had this conversation with my friend, and like I feel like it's just hard to speak on just because I'm like I don't know. I just don't talk about it. I just don't talk about it. But I was talking about it with my friend because she was like shook because I was telling her like yeah, I had to show my coworker, or I felt like I had to show my coworker this family picture of my family of my kids' family to be like, oh yeah, like no, they come from black people because they're like have
you had
very
to
pale, fair skin.
you
So
had to prove that you were black?
so that's what she said. That was my friend's response. She was like, wait a minute, you had to prove you was black to somebody? And I was like, yeah, I guess I didn't pay it no mind. It's regular to me because like I grew up light skinned in my community, you know, so I gotta prove myself all the time. It's just a thing. And she's like, your name is Taniqua. And I was like, I know, but I had to do this my whole life. I never, when she said that, I was like, I've never thought about that shit. I never thought about that shit. Why do I go out my way to do that when my name is Taniqua? And then the other day, I was getting dressed, and I swear, like my mom, my birth mother passed, you know, when I was 2. So I swear I heard her speaking to me and being like, I intentionally named you Taniqua for one, because you're my lightest child. And I wanted you to be the most successful, but yet the most blackest. Because then if you look at my other siblings, they got common names. Anthony, Eugene, Chris, Cherry. Those are my siblings' names. And they all they got darker skin. You could tell they black people type of thing. There's no doubt about it.
You got more melanin?
Yeah, they melanated. They're the melanated ones. Like, you know, and I got a little bit less. So I I truly feel like I heard her be like, that was intentional.
Mm.
That was intentional. You like, baby girl, what?
Do
If
you
I ain't prayed about none of them, I prayed about you. You know, you the one. Like you
uh,
feel me? So yeah. I don't know what your question was, but yeah.
no, that's cool. See, that's why I do this podcast. I want to learn more about people that I know because we just met, right? Yeah, we connected through mutual, friends and or whatever, but we didn't really get to talk too much about our past. Because when we met, it was about we're gonna grow, growth. It was all about
Yeah,
growth, right?
yeah.
So I never really got to talk to you about college. I don't really like talking about college myself. But did you ever get like side eyed from the other black students because you
Oh
would hang
yeah,
around
yeah,
with
yeah.
the Metcalf
That was
kids?
the original question. Yeah, the me improvement being black and stuff. So basically, that's like something that I always have to go through, and I just really don't like it. Like I just don't like it. Like I'd rather be the one in the room that's being too black. You feel me?
Mm.
Because don't get me wrong. On this side, that's what I'm dealing with. When I'm on this side, that is like, oh, now you too black. Like, and then you find out that your Hispanic friends is a little racist too. But you can't blame them because we all from fucking America, so I guess we all a little motherfucking racist, you know?
We just
Sorry.
discriminate against everybody. Yeah,
Yeah, sorry because but you get what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
that's what you learn. And then I think that's why also I don't take it that personal. But in my community, they're like, the fuck you mean you don't take that shit that personal? Like all the shit we done been through, all the shit that's that light skin shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
I can hear them now, like and it's like I mean, it is what it is. Like I don't mind. I feel like now as an adult, I'm more confident about it. You feel me? I could be in the crowd and I don't give a fuck. Like they gonna think and say what and feel how they want to feel. That's cool. I'm a stand-up now. I'm still who I am. I'm still here. I came out of black woman's vagina and I'm a black woman. Period. I don't care what nobody's talking about. Like
It's just a tricky subject because you have your personal experience and what you went through, and then you have society over here, and then you have culture over here. And so it's like, fuck, it's tiring. Like you have to prove that you're black, or like you have to prove that you're Latino enough. Like
yeah,
when you out here, the common there's a common phrase they say out here is too Mexican for America, too American for the Mexicans in Mexico.
right.
or too hood for whatever, and then too that
It's
for the
always
hood.
some type of dichotomy, and
Yeah.
that's just the world we live in this like form, you know, in this flesh. Like we live in a dichotomy. Like that's always going to be what it is, because that's where we're at in this form on this plane.
Well, it sucks that you had to go through that in college, but I'm pretty sure you had fun. I know Humboldt was a fun campus from what I'm hearing. It was a blast. What about your studies, your academics? What were you studying?
I study psychology.
Mm.
Yes. School wise, I was not great. I gave up on school because I felt like I had learned too much that like it made me feel like I don't know, it made me feel like it was a setup type of thing. And like, I don't know. I just I just didn't finish that shit. But
You
I
ever
do finish it. I only have like a semester left. I technically could graduate. I could have walked and everything, but
you ever feel like you had all these questions about the subject, and then you started studying the subject, and then those questions were answered like halfway through the process, and then now you're bored as fuck with 2, 3 semesters left. Like, what else is there to fucking learn?
I guess so to speak. That's kind of like what happened, right? Like you, like I got questions answered, and then instead of like what you said of like what the fuck else can you learn, it was more like, are you fucking serious? Like that was the fucking answer, you know? It was more of that, and it was like y'all got me fucked up. Like this is crazy, like you know. And then wanting to seek more, but just getting more and pissed off as I'm like obtaining information, like what? So then it's like that's why I can't pass my classes because I'm disagreeing with the information. The wildest thing ever is that before I left the college, my godfather said he told me like in order to be successful, basically, you're gonna have to say what they say, even if you don't agree with them.
Mm.
And I was like, what? And coming from him, who always tells me basically stand on what I believe in, stand on my faith, like you know, Jesus was crucified. Like let them crucify you. You feel me? Like stand in the face of the enemies, no matter what. Don't back down, type of thing. To tell me to then turn around and tell me like, oh, whatever they say, just say that shit. Ooh, don't know why that just made me so emotional, but that was weird as fuck to me, and I just couldn't accept it. I think I'm super. It made me feel emotional because I'm just prideful about that shit. Like I'm gonna stand up for what I believe. Like what the fuck are you talking about? Like no, they got this shit wrong, and I'm not about to repeat it back, telling them they right when I know they wrong.
You didn't want to be passive.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just seen one of my recommendations was about the passive the passive black man. It's crazy that you're talking about it because like I was gonna click on that video because sometimes I'm not black, but sometimes you watch a video from a different race or different ethnic background, you're like you could learn a little bit from those videos. And I was gonna click on it, but I didn't. Now that you reminded me, I have to go back and look at it because that right there, being passive, I feel like it affects it affects Latinos too. But in your case, it came directly from your godfather.
yeah,
That's crazy. That shit would have it crushed you, huh? You feel crushed.
yeah. That's why I'm like, hell no.
What were the plans after? Well, before we finished college, did you have like an internship? You have a job out there?
During college,
Yeah.
yeah, I worked as a caregiver, like in home care or like at a facility, basically like CNA work, sorry, at the facilities and stuff, taking care of the elders and disabled. That was cool. I did that for probably like 10 years, from like 21 to 31. And I thought I wanted to be a nurse at some point during that time. And I went back to school and started doing the nursing prereqs and stuff like that to start nursing school. But then I had my babies. It was like my back hurt already. I don't think I could do nurse. I don't think I could do that one. So yeah, career change again.
After Humboldt, did you say you didn't finish, correct?
Yeah.
And you stayed up there.
Yes.
What was the plan after you decided to essentially drop out?
To make money. I want to
Boom.
make money, get a house, invest, figure out how to make money. Still what I'm trying to figure out right now. But I guess from there it was more so like just finding stability as far as like having a steady income, having a place to stay, transportation, having like learning to have my basics met on a consistent basis where like, there's no doubt about that, like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I have these things, right? And then learn
Adulting?
to build from that. Yeah, exactly. Getting adulting down. That's what it was after that. And I started probably at like 25 where I started to like intentionally and consciously try to like be like, okay, we got to have this in order all the time. Like we don't need to keep chasing this. Like this is basics. Let's nip it in the butt. Keep it consistent. Type.
Yeah.
And yeah, but at that time I also met my baby father. So I guess that kind of like led me into being like, okay, well, I guess I'm getting ready to start having a family soon, and yeah, change in those ways.
So you left Humboldt, you worked for a couple years, then you started your family, had your first kid. What was that like?
My first kid. Excuse me. It was good. It was scary. It was a beautiful experience to be like pregnant, like because I wanted to be pregnant with my first kid. Like it was kind of like just basically planned. Um, so I was like excited, and it was like a good experience. Even though I was like I had everything you could have during our pregnancy. I had gestational diabetes. I ended up getting like the high blood pressure thing. And then my baby was like super low weight, but he was healthy, thank God. So that's what I am grateful for. He was healthy and everything worked out. And like he's a big old kid now. So yeah.
You have your first kid. How long after that you have your second kid?
Literally exactly 3 years and 2 days.
So they have a birthday around the same time?
Mm-hmm. They're 2 days, like their birthday is literally 2 days apart.
Who is Taniqua as a mom?
Yes. As a mom,
Deep question or what?
I
Let's
know.
go
I was
deep.
like, let me go to my notes. I feel like I wrote good stuff for the mom life part. I was like, basically, I was like, mom life, hard AF, pray for this. But by far, the most amazing thing I've done. It's one of my greatest accomplishments, still in the making, if you ask me. It's the most eye opening and reflective time of my life. And I know it'll be the longest teacher I'll have my entire life.
Yeah, it was the most recurring theme in our conversation, your kids, right? That's why I gave him Penny.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I gave him the little bear,
we still got Penny.
my boy Penny. That shit was a funny ass story. Is there a message you want to leave your kids? Because they're still pretty young, right? So if they're able to see this episode down the line, like 10 years from now,
Um,
teenager, yeah, teenage years, what would you tell them?
um, Mommy loves you. And I'm here for you. Proud of anything you do. And I want to support you in any way that I can. And yeah, I hope that I don't like these future message things, but hopefully I'm still around. If not, no, I always did love you. You feel me? And at least I did get to say it on record.
Well, we got it on video, we got it on record, we got it on audio, video. I'm gonna clip it, let
Use
it
my
be
ride
on.
and die. You my best friend. You heard them. All our conversations about you. Mommy do this for
Exactly.
you. For
Yep.
you.
It was I was like, oh, I gotta take this to my kids, or I gotta go get my
Yeah.
kids. I got my kids this, my
And I'm
kids
proud
that.
of you. Like I'm
Yeah,
not
it's dope.
mad at it.
Yeah, I don't have kids myself, but I want to ask you a question. The clueless ass fool, right? Remember me? I was the fool asking the dumbest questions.
You're good.
But is it true that when women are pregnant, they get the munchies
I
and they got
guess
like
so.
specific cravings? And
Yeah.
how does it compare to like munchies when you're off of the fucking
I guess like so I think I only truly experienced it like my first pregnancy. So it's kind of like the first high. The first time you get high, you don't really get that high again. So it literally feels like the first high. Like when you first eat something when you're high, you're like, fuck, like shit tastes better and shit. Like you like what the fuck? And then you just want specific shit. Because I think when you're making the baby, like it's like bringing up even like your childhood and your shit that you went through. So like different memories and stuff. So I think you'll smell different shit. You like, oh, I want that. Like, or just different things. Like, I think it's a part of memory. The cravings is literally like remembering and reminiscing and shit as you making your kid. You probably share it spiritually. Spiritually, you probably sharing shit with them or something. I don't know. It's probably something crazy going on.
All right, we could look at signs, but what better than a personal fucking experience?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing better than personal experience and shit. And I've always had that question, right? Like, it's always like, oh, because some of them
No, but
have
yeah, you crave shit.
burgers and pizza
It's
and
like
fucking
the first time
chips,
you get high, like fella fading, like, ooh, I want this.
hot
And then when you
Cheetos.
eat it, you be like, ooh, it's so good. And then it's literally like when you get high, you eat too much of that shit, you gonna throw that shit up. Yeah.
Yo, Munchies is the best. I miss it. I miss it. Damn. Yeah, funny ass question. I was like, I just thought about that in the moment. I was like, I gotta ask her about the munchies and shit. Because we're never gonna know. Like, fools are never gonna know.
Weird shit. I don't think I heard nothing weird. For me, it was memories. I think that's why that's my take on it too. I'm like, no, I'll crave shit from my childhood. I'll be like, ooh, I want this. Like, I need to eat this.
Hot
Or
Cheetos
like,
with chamoy or what? You ever eat
yeah,
hot Cheetos with chamoy and
pickle.
shit?
No, like, yeah. I like my shit with lemon or like with more tapatio
Ooh.
and some tahini. Booty on fire. I want corn. I want
Oh
fucking.
shit.
I guess the weirdest thing I did was like corn and tuna. But to me, that's how the Mexicans eat it. Sorry, that's how my Mexican friends eat it.
I don't like tuna, so I can't relate.
Oh, okay. Do your mom? But you see your mom make
But yeah,
tuna?
now she with a gang of corn in that shit.
Period. That shit. Like, ooh, call me over when she makes some tuna.
I don't fucking eat tuna. That shit disgusts me.
That's
That shit makes
fire.
me throw the fuck up.
No, I feel like I didn't eat tuna before the Mexican homies for sure, and they made that shit, and I'm like, this shit smacking. Like, yes. Shout out to them. I think it was the Salvadorian homegirl. What is Natalie? Natalie Sereno. I think that's her name. I think she
Oh,
might be
mom or a
Salvadorian.
different Natalie?
No. This is my friend or this girl from high school. Yeah,
Salvador's got some good food too. I'm not gonna lie.
she might be Salvi. Yeah, that's so far.
So now you're working, you got starting a family. You still have a career in mind or not?
Um, Probably not at this time. I'm just like chilling. I think like during that time, like that's when I was like after my kid, like I tried to do the nursing shit, try to keep doing the nursing shit, but then I was like, nah, I don't do that. And then I had a career change last year when I started working with you.
Yeah, so then we both end up at the same job, same position, different position, different same job, different position, or same company, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
Working with the youth. Is that the first time you work with youth?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
directly working with the youth?
yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, yes.
And we just click on some stupid shit, like just straight joking on hood shit, funny stuff, and
And kind of conceptually like going like the same way, I guess. Like
yeah, and
story
just
wise.
growing up and figuring out our way. But mentally, I'm already checked out. And I told you I was like, I'm done. Like I told you this shit like in May,
Yeah.
so it took me months. I was locked in. I told Natalie, I told her like, look, I was there for a month, maybe 2 months, but after when we did that training with Angel with the Cultural Broker
Oh yeah,
Academy,
yeah, yeah.
there was a question in there. It was more about the gangsters, the wanksters, and the riders.
Hmm.
And you think you're a growing up, you think a gangster's like, yeah, I'm a fucking gangster.
Yeah.
But in the activity, yeah, I came to realize like, nah, like I'm not really a rider like that because it wasn't because I didn't want to. It wasn't about the youth. It was more personal. It was like I never wanted to do this. And then I ended up, I did the summer because I knew summer was gonna be fun. I'm the one that planned it. It was fun as fuck. Did a lot of cool shit. right? Disneyland, fucking Universal Studios. First time I ever been to Universal Studios. Then I'm gone, right? Quit. Boom. What has life been like since, we last talked in person?
Mm,
'Cause this is gonna tie into something to another topic right now.
I think like a lot has changed, and then like kind of just adjusting to like dealing with my own shit. Cause it was kind of a clutch, honestly. Like I knew that like I can go to work and vent to you. I knew that like you was like a safety net. But then once you weren't at work, it was kind of just me on my own at work and being like, oh shit, this is really work.
It's
No
'cause
disrespect, Natalie. I was always working. I do my work and shit. But you feel me? Like it was also a place that I kind of like was able to like have someone else to talk to and vent and like kind of go through my own shit. And then it was like, dang, I gotta just come here and work.
it's
So work just been work.
remember I told you it was like
They be trying to talk and shit, but
I was I think I told you at one point after and that was like one of the first times I seen some intense shit go down. And everybody's going, everybody has, they're doing their job, and my job is different. I'm have a different task,
yeah,
and I'm having fun, but I got nobody to like, talk to and enjoy it. Then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna stop having a filter, and I'm gonna just, because I showed up and I was me, and then I had to reel it down, I had to reel it back,
right.
and then I was like, nah, fuck this shit. Like I need to be in a place where people are laughing, we're having deep conversations. I just can't be serious all the time. Like it's been hard for me to be in a place that's gonna be always serious. And yeah, at some point we were just doing stupid ass missions. Like I remember one
Yeah.
time, yeah, I remember one time you were like, oh, I gotta go do this. And we spent like 3 hours back and forth, fucking ended up at the mall to meet somebody, went back to the school, and then it was just like, yeah, fuck this shit. Like we were fucking living. And then we had to walk back in through the doors and it's back to the computer, back to the office. And it was like, no.
Everyone's being stressed. There's a crisis going on. Youth are
Yep.
tripping. No, yeah. So it's still the same like that, but it's like I don't have that moment where of like, oh, okay, I can escape this real quick.
But I
But
mean, it's cool,
everybody,
right?
no, because I don't know, because sometimes I just don't. Not that I'm not taking it serious. I don't even know how to describe it without it sounding bad. It's just like I'm just not gonna over stress something that I can't control. You
That's
know,
not bad. That's
so
truth.
like
That's the
sometimes
truth
you
right
just
there.
gotta like laugh it out. It's sometimes it's so ridiculous you literally need to laugh. Like this is insane right
That was me. That's why I needed to laugh. It was at the worst times possible. That's why I had to disappear for a bit
now. At the
sometimes.
worst time
Cause I
possible.
just had to go laugh. Like this shit is insane. Like this shit is next level. Like I could only laugh about this, you know. But the reason
Yeah,
I bring it
I
up,
don't think everybody understood that. Sometimes they're offended, and I'm like, it's not to be offended.
I just had it just had to be around. Like it's because you know about it, the psychology and the benefits of laughing.
Yeah,
Like, do I want to laugh right now, or do I want to deal with 3-4 hours of stress? Like, nah, I'm gonna laugh right now. Like, fuck
yeah,
this shit.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that was I could recognize that sometimes I didn't know how to stop, but that was just me. But the reason I bring it up, right? Well, because I know for sure that it's cool to work on yourself, right? Because it's obviously a lot of our conversations were about growth, about working on ourselves. But yeah, sometimes we would fuck around maybe too much and just rely on the laughter. But now that we're in our own different worlds again, there is that sense like, nah, we gotta lock in. And besides the conversations about growth and the conversations about your kids and your work, we would have discussions about poetry, right? And because you told me that you were a poet, and I told you, and you were like, yeah, I remember you were rapping, and
Yeah,
yeah, I would let you in into kind of like what I would do outside. And yeah, people knew I was a rapper and stuff, but I didn't really share too much of that life with everybody else.
right.
But I remember you told me that you wanted to write, and you were writing at some point. So let's get into that real quick. When did you start your artistic, your creative outlet? When was this? When did that start?
I'm sure when I was a child, because like I said, I was raised by like 11 to 14-year-olds, and my auntie Perry is the oldest. She was 14, and all she did was like play school with me, teach me how to write early, teach me how to read early, talk early, walk early, potty change early, everything early. So like I've always been writing, and I just always use that as a way to express myself because I felt like you didn't have a choice but to hear me when I'm writing. Like,
Mm.
you ain't gonna have a choice but to read it. Like, well, if you're reading it, like once you start, you're not gonna have a choice, to hear every word versus like being misunderstood from talking too low to talking too fast or just jumbling all my words up together because I got a like dialect or like a bonic tongue or whatever. Um, So that's where writing came from because I don't feel misunderstood on paper.
Did you say you started as a kid in high school? Did you ever participate in those open mics or any you ever presented to like a public presentation?
Yeah, I used to go to open mics in West LA, like Santa Monica area, shit like that. I'm pretty sure I've been to some at the PY, even, and some of the cafes over there and stuff. Like, just random shit I'll write. I'll share with people.
In college, you ever participate in? Because I know college is always about the open mic circuits and
Yeah,
that shit.
I did it in college a little bit too. Not for too long, but just like a couple of times for sure.
Did you take any creative writing classes, or was it just something that I'm gonna just do it because I love it? I don't want to learn the curriculum behind it and everything.
Mm, I took a creative writing class, but I took it more so because that's already what I was into. I don't think I went in there like trying to learn that shit. Like I was
Is it
like,
easy A?
you know what I'm saying? I went in like, oh yeah, I'm a creative writer. Like, what's the prompt? Like,
Huh, you walk in there with an ego and shit like, yeah, I'm fucking ready. What's up with it?
Yeah,
My
I was like,
journal's ready to go and
yeah,
shit.
because I know I did because when you asked me that, I was like, shit, I never thought about it that way. I walked in with like, yeah, bitch, I can write. Like, I'm good at this. So what's the prompt? Let me
Give
let
me
me
my A right now. Give me my A.
let me impress you. What do you want me to talk about? Like type of
Uh,
thing.
but then you say you stopped for a bit, right? Why'd you stop?
I don't know. I don't know. Like even right now, like I'm supposed to be journaling. I'm supposed to be like doing this like challenge with the homies and stuff, but I just so resistant to writing right now. I don't know what it is. I think I think maybe I'm like probably coming into like you need to speak. Writing feel like it's taking too long.
Hmm. Remember I told you. Oh, we're talking about this right now, but I remember when I started that writing club. You pulled up one time and you wrote some shit, right? Yeah, I remember that. I was like, yeah. I would always tell you like write.
You know
I would have
what's
tried to get you to write because for me, like as somebody that raps and does poetry, I know the fucking beauty of the I know that feeling when you finish. When
yeah,
you finish something or just start something, you get into that flow state. And you know when somebody else has that same passion for that, and you know that they don't do it, you kind of want to nudge them in that direction because it's like,
yeah,
nah, like this is, you were born to do this. Like,
yeah.
come on, do that shit.
You know what's funny? I literally decorated that book today. Because I'm literally trying to journal, like start journaling. I have so many damn journals for so
Oh
many.
yeah, that we had so many fucking journals. By the end, I
But the
came
one
home
that
with
you're
like five
talking
of them
about
shits.
from book club or from the writing club, I literally decorated it barely today.
Oh shit, is that the one? Was that the one where we're doing the cutoff? No, that's the art journal, huh?
No, no, this is the one that you're talking about where we was writing prompts. Like what did you do for 2024?
Oh
Remember?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
I
remember
just
that.
barely decorated the friend of mine today.
Oh,
I'm
when
gonna
I
start
was doing
using it.
the red book.
The red one, I got that one too. I got all of them. I got a bunch of journals now.
Yeah, we did. We overdid it when we bought that big ass box of like 200
We're
journals
using
and
it
shit.
now though. We got the kids journaling. I mean the youth journaling now.
That's what's up. That was dope.
So,
And
yeah. See, I got journals for different reasons. This is the one the vision one we made. So this is about the future one. This,
Yeah, I remember that shit.
this one is about goals. They all for different shit.
Yeah, I got like 2 journals right now.
And then this one is just the one I'm doing mutually with the kid, with the youth.
For sure. Yeah, I have a gratitude journal, and then I have a journal like for my thoughts. If I wasn't doing podcasting stuff, I'm pretty sure I would have like
Books we should
books on
publish.
just straight fucking. But I think because I try to start a blog, right? And I told you about this, which we're gonna bleed into the next topic real quick. And I know as a writer, you want to write, but when you recognize that writing is just another form of it's just a form of communication, and you realize, remember we had to talk about communication, and we're born to be communicators, and yeah, we could write, but I think, and speaking because I know you, we're better talkers, right? And because I mean, even you said it. You said you were trained by your godfather. And you had all these opportunities to speak. And I remember one time I was just like, why don't you just start a podcast?
Oh yeah.
Remember that shit?
Yes.
TT, or was it TT Stotts, or what was the name of
Is
the
that what you said? I can't even remember.
oh
But I still
T
want to
with
do it for
T
sure.
with TT?
Tea with TT.
Remember that shit?
I like that one. Let me write it down.
Is that still something you want to do?
Heck yeah. I just need to start. Like, I just need to start.
That's the hardest part. Starting is always the hardest part.
You know,
Getting
I get in my head about like who's listening. I don't know why. Because
nobody
I don't care who's listening. Like I feel like I don't care who's listening, but I get in my head about that. You know what I mean?
nobody and everybody's listening. Just put it
Right.
like that.
Exactly. And nobody give a fuck, but somebody probably do. I don't know.
If you care, if you care, then at least you know you're not gonna cringe when you listen back.
Right. So
So
that's it. I think that's probably what I should focus on. As long as I don't look back and cringe, then who cares?
oh, you're gonna cringe, but you get over it. Getting over it is the next step. So you starting and then getting over your own like doubts and your insecurities is like the second step. Then after that, it's just kind of like figuring out the theme and the topic, like the little logistics behind the podcast. Probably like the three
Yeah.
things. I'm gonna do a whole episode about podcasting and shit. What do you want? Oh, yo, are my stickers still rocking everywhere?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, mom just sent me a picture. She found one on a clipboard or some shit.
Oh yeah.
Did she show you?
Yeah. No. I seen it on the clipboard though. The
Yeah, I
clipboard
just
in the office.
my whole house is full of stickers, and they're just be lying them everywhere and just be
They in my
finding them.
car. They be on the desk everywhere. Somebody brought it up. They was like, "Who is that?" They're like, "I've been seeing that sticker everywhere."
As long as it's not the feds, I ain't tripping.
No, it was a you. They didn't know you though.
I should have left the stack. I told Natalia I was gonna leave her a stack. So if anybody ever
Oh
asks,
yeah, because I think that was the other thing. They were like, "How do I get one?" Like I see them everywhere.
nah, that's from 2024 shit. You know, like if you weren't there, you weren't there.
Damn.
But you know, I mean, now we're talking about the youth a little bit. I know we kind of covered it a little bit before in the conversation, but just final message about working with the youth. You got a message for the youth?
For the you?
Yeah.
Aw. You know what? I love y'all. For real. And honestly, do what y'all do, but remember to take care of you. Don't let your I'm gonna tell y'all what stuck with me, which was like don't let your like 14-year-old self mess it up for your 18-year-old self, no matter how old
Mhm.
you are. So before 18, don't let your young self mess it up for your older self that's gonna have to deal with shit you don't want to deal with, you know? So just go on and figure it out now so you won't be 30, 25 trying to figure some shit out that you really could have figured out when you was younger, you know? The fun gonna always be there. The za gonna always be there. The drink gonna always be there. You feel me? Don't
Liquor
worry
stores
about it.
everywhere.
But your youth and time, you're never gonna get back. You feel me? So whatever decision you make sure that's what you're gonna stand on. Period.
Boom. Perfect. 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 But we come to the end. I do have one final question before we wrap it up.
What's
Is
popping?
if you could talk to the future Taniqua, what would you ask her?
Axer? Hmm. How good is it gonna get?
Oh, there it is. Boom, perfect question. Well, thank you. Thank you for spending what is it, Wednesday night trying to redo this interview that we did in like no was it November, December?
I don't even know when we did it, but
But
it's
I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you took your time because you're a mom, right? I get it. You're a mom, you gotta come back from work, you gotta take care of your kids, but thank you for spending what was it, like 2 hours just
yeah.
chopping it up, almost
No
like
worries.
30 minutes
I didn't
outside.
even notice. I literally had looked up. I said, "Damn, it's about to be 11." I didn't even know it was talking that long. I thought it was like an hour.
It's because we spent like 30 minutes in offline speaking and shit,
Uh,
just catching up. But
chilling. Yeah.
yeah, I
No, you
really
know,
appreciate it
we're
though.
out of town, so it was perfect timing. Caught me at a good time.
Final words?
I'm out. See y'all.
Boom. So boy 3 signing off. Don't forget to love yourself today, all right? Adios.